So let's think about rock outcrops, right? So maybe you have one on your property, your site. Might not be as impressive as this one. So we're here in southeastern Ohio, foothills of the Appalachians, and this area would have been a shallow sea when the Appalachians were forming, say, 300 million years or so ago. So as the sediments washed out of the Appalachians, they collected in that shallow sea, and over time have been cemented together into sandstone. So this layer that we're seeing behind us is a layer of sandstone. It's very resistant to erosion, and it creates these very steep cliffs, right? Kind of indicative of the fact that it's hard to erode. You will notice some places where there might have been impurities, kind of gets this honeycombing look where the softer rock can kind of get eroded out, and then the matrix, that harder sandstone, stays behind. But it's a pretty massive layer. We'll take us look a little closer at this underlying layer, right, which is softer rock and more easily eroded. We'll take a look there next. So now I'm at the base of that sandstone cliff. We look at the soil underneath of it, lots of sand in it, right? So as that sandstone weathers, it breaks back down into its original sand. But what's more striking at this point is we're at this contact point between the harder sandstone above it and this softer rock underneath. And this, in this case, is shale. And the reason that we're seeing this undercutting here is water gets into the cracks of it. When it freezes, it expands. Right? So water freezes, it expands. We get these freeze-thaw cycles where as the ice forms, it kind of expands and breaks off bits of rock. Then as the water runs down, it can remove that material, and we end up getting what's called this undercutting. So we're kind of removing the support. Eventually, hopefully not today, this sandstone cliff will lose enough support and blocks of it will fall down. But so if you have a site that has rock outcrops, see if you notice differences in rock type in terms of the resistance to erosion. So up here, again, sandstone really hard, and the shale is softer, more easily eroding. So from this angle, you can see a little more clearly, perhaps, kind of weakness zones in the rocks, right? So it's easier to imagine how water can get into these cracks, and as it expands, it pops off sections. So you can see that, right? Very easily eroded rock, and again, then water can flush that out, and we've got undercutting.